Hello everybody and Happy New Year and welcome to 2023. We are back with our first Mythology Monday of the year, and we are going to begin this part of Mythology Mondays by talking about magical objects. And so naturally, when you're talking about magical objects, the first one that typically comes to mind for people is wands. So we're going to start our first Mythology Monday this year talking about wands. Now, let's be honest here, wands and brooms are typically the two most common things or objects people think of when you think of magical objects. And they've always been associated with witchcraft, wizardry, magic, all that kind of beautifulness. Now, they're very special in that they together make masculine and feminine-esque type things. Wands are typically seen as being a rather phallic type symbol, and so refer more to the male side of power, whereas a broom is seen as more a feminine thing, especially historically. And so it is seen as more one of the feminine type arts. So together, the two most important or most common things to be considered to be magical objects both have a masculine and feminine side to them. Cauldrons also are seen feminine, so girls win. But so because a broom is seen as being more feminine and a wand has been seen as being more masculine, it's said that the wand gives the masculine power to the witches and that a broom will give the feminine powers to a wizard. So it's very useful to have the opposite type power in order to strengthen your own. So now, wands are typically said to help wizards and witches and everybody tap into magical powers from things like trees. And depending what type of tree the wand is made out of will actually help a specific type of power more than another. For example, an applewood tree would help with love spells, whereas poisonous type trees would help with things like necromancy and more dark art type things. So one of the reasons that wands are coming from a magical history type thing is that the context of pointing. So if you are pointing at somebody, it's a very potent gesture and is often quite hostile when you're pointing at someone. It's why we teach children don't point. And so the wand is seen as an extension of the witch or the wizard and therefore is like pointing. And so has often a very negative tone to it. And it's one of the reasons that wands are pointed and why we don't point at people. Now, as for how these magical objects relate to my world specifically, I don't need wands in my world. My sorcerers are the type of sorcerer that draw their power from within, and so they are simply able to use their hands, and in some cases, in some specific sorcerer lines, their minds, and so are able to wield their magic without the need of a type of wand or something to enhance the gifts that they've already been given. So hooray for that. They don't need wands. They don't have to worry about losing the thing that allows them to bring their magic and their gift into the world. So I guess my question for you today is, if you got to have a wand in order to have some kind of magic powers, what would it look like and why? I would say mine would probably be like a weeping willow type tree because I'm all over the place and having a wand that wouldn't snap easily would probably be beneficial for me. So you let me know in the comments what you would think, and I can't wait to see you guys again next week for another Mythology Monday. Bye!